Many people report they feel new energies that are very intense that are going on in our planet nowadays, affecting them in all sorts of ways, including uncomfortable ways. Many people believe this is an essential part of what they refer to as the evolution of humanity. Is there truth to it? And if so, what can we do to better work with these energies? In this episode, we'll dive into a quick channel message from Spirit about exactly that. Or as Spirit says, opening the door to Source. And as we always say, especially in this time, in nowadays on Earth, about any type of information you hear or come across, use discernment. Take what resonates, leave what's not. And with that said, Noel, are you ready?
Hello, Amir. So let's go over the April 10th, 26 information that came in from Spirit. I was falling asleep. This came in late at night, and I heard this voice talking to me. And so I term it this voice, Spirit, after I check if it is of love and light. And it is benevolent. So Spirit says, what then is humanity holding back? 15%. And I questioned, 15% of what? Answer, Dio, Dios, Deo, Deus. I looked this up. Deo in Latin means God, derived from the Latin word deus. I don't understand how the 15% is holding back from God. Does this affect the collective consciousness? What is the deeper understanding around the 15% of holding back from Deus? Answer. Truly profound is healing perception. The key to all understanding is but the key to one's own inner temple. If you but only open the door, a slice of heaven is found, and God within. God, Deus, Source Divine, Great I Am, Vishnu, Brahma, many languages. Still the same God and energy, source energy felt within and is without, is everywhere. What happens when a bottle of soda is shaken and excited? It then bursts with magnificent energy. Would the same happen if 15% of carbonation was not there? Or if energy builds and you need 100%, but you are only at 85%, well, there is 15% more to go. This channeling, I picked it up on the 18th to continue on as I fell asleep. So we begin again of connecting to find out more information of what was being brought in already. Spirit, we, the beings of light and wisdom gracing your planet, your world today, wish to express the dire necessity of the light of God touching upon each soul's auric field right now. The open door they may walk through is the passageway of their free will choice to welcome Source into their heart and beingness. Many are confused as the new energies sway and pivot with each passing wave of energy. Please be sure to drink lots of water and ground yourselves each moment you feel chaotic energies pulling you away from your center. Be here and now and remain in the present. They then came forward to bring an exercise. And you begin with the root chakra to ground yourself. Feel the energy moving up to the heart chakra. And they reminded me to flow. Flow with the energies, follow the energies as they course through your body. This will quickly allow the Kundalini energies to balance and then rise to the crown chakra. And then it goes back down. By allowing the flow of the energies, you allow the repetitive up-down flow from bottom to top within all chakras to begin healing, and thus opening up new passageways to emerge. But then I questioned, because I was inquisitive, didn't the masters of previous time periods already work hard on the chakras? They have a system in place for working each chakra as well as doing Kundalini work. Why is this different now? Because as you can see in the exercise, it was shorter. It's fast. They're telling me to follow the energies. And then they're talking about Kundalini energies. And if based on previous or reading materials, there was a lot of work going into working each energy center. Why is this coming in so differently now? They answered, their systems worked for the era or time period they were experiencing. Denser energies required a more strict discipline to building up the energy centers. The energies coming in now are more intelligent and refinement flows quicker. More light upon your planet. And this light, this energy, is very intelligent. Is not the creator all-knowing? So does the light of the creator know what to do and what is required for evolution? So I am questioned, will this energy be different or work differently on each being? Answer, yes. The energy flows quickly, almost immediately, for those who have done the great inner work of healing their shadows or denser energies that block the chakras. For those who still hold the shadow energies of trauma, they will be within the processing stage of healing the wounds from traumas that come to the surface. To be addressed or not, the door is open. Question. There are forces which seek to hinder humanity's evolution. You mentioned earlier 15% holding back. As light workers, what can we do to help the 15%? Answer. Continue the work on the self, thereby raising your own vibration. When you interact with others from the vibration you are radiating at, perhaps that 15% might be 14%. Embrace lovingly the new energy, for the world can be touched by your love or rejected by your hate. Which energy does one support? Question. Are there any final messages for humanity? Answer. The train that moved steadily left the station a while ago. The roller coaster ride is here. For energies will come in quicker now with high peaks and some low dips. Just as a wave, surf it with ease and grace. Whether by train or roller coaster, you will notice you are never alone for the ride. What percentage of light do you hold? Remain stuck at 15% or rise to 100%? The door is always open with love. We go with peace and we leave peace at your doorstep. That is the end of the channeling. So, Amir, what did you think of that one?
I think the first thing that highly resonates with me is when they said that focus on yourself,
Mm-hmm.
focus on the way you act in this world, you behave in this world, and this will affect others without you
Mm-hmm.
even trying. Focus on yourself first. And we spoke about the ego in our previous channeling, and this is just tied to that, where we see that so many people, it seems to be easier to try to heal and fix others, but not to fix ourselves. That's tougher, right? We know that it's a bit harder to look inwards for some reason from some people. So I think that's a great message to encourage people to say, okay, just keep doing the work for yourself. Looking if you have any trauma, if you have any healing, if you have anything that you feel called to address. That's a great message. I think that's a really empowering message for people. Rather than to try to fix the world, focus on yourself. And then perhaps as a manifestation or as a side effect of that, without you even doing anything that would impact the world, you may want to see without you doing anything to fix the world, because you're just becoming more true to yourself.
Yes, authentic.
Yeah. The other thing that came with this is that if you notice, this actually takes a shift from the analytical mind who wants a plan 1 to Z to fix A to Z to fix everything, to an exercise and some sort of a focus on your energy, not on your analytical plan to fix the world.
Right.
So it really resonates with me because I've seen in my life a lot of examples where when the energy in me, as I am, runs more loving, more kind, more compassionate, and so on and so forth, other things in my world start to change too. And I don't do anything about it beside being the focus on how I act towards the world. It reflects back.
Mm-hmm.
If I would use my mind and try to fix the world, yeah, I have a feeling that I would get stuck into the phase of that which trying to fix the world in a never-ending cycle or spiral. So it's a really beautiful message to resonates
Yes.
with that highly resonates with me.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, but what I find it fascinating. I was like, well, why is this energy exercise coming in differently? And they mentioned that the systems and what I don't know, the procedures that they worked, they had to work more strictly with the denser energies to build up the energy systems. You know what I mean? They had to really, what do you call that? Routine and right, repetitive work to build up the energy centers. And it was for those times where that era in the past era period in history, the energies on the earth was more dense, right? And now where we are today, we are more involved than, you know, that time period, and energies are coming in stronger and lighter. More people are awakening and embracing learning about the consciousness and expanding and growing. Do energies evolve? Is it's coming in more intelligent? And we spoke of three eye atlas in another what we channeled before, and they were saying that energy was intelligent, right? What do you think?
We definitely see in our world that the fact that you and I can have this conversation, share it publicly with others without us being burned alive or stoned to death, that just shows something. So we definitely see some more evolution on that notion. And
Yeah.
so you may ask if everything we just spoke about it on our last podcast episode about manifestation, that always everything we call physical in our world starts with the energy. So if what we just see, that we can freely speak about this, more and more people are open to speaking about energies and spirituality and all those kind of things, that's something we can tangibly see. Well, it's coming from the energy, right?
Yes.
So yeah. And I think with the exercises, perhaps by placing the intention now of flowing through those energy centers, for some people that may be enough. Because as they said in your channeling, the energy has changed.
Yeah. Yeah.
So whether a person has the intention of healing and they focus on those energy centers they mentioned, the crown, heart, and the root, then that would be enough for those people to get more into the healing that they need or to the growth that they may need.
Yeah. Whatever they need.
It's just a speculation, but I think that's what it sounds like because they said the energy changes now. So you may need to adjust your exercise to reflect
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Here at the end, it says the train that moved steadily left the station a while ago. I know in 2020, I channeled about the train had arrived, right? During that period, and that you don't want to be left behind. So jump on the train. I didn't know what I was channeling, but here today, it's the train left the station. I'm like, when did it leave? I wasn't even notified. And then it says, but the roller coaster is here for energies that come in now with the high peaks and low dips. That is very interesting. And you know where it says whether by train or roller coaster, you will notice you are never alone for the ride. There was a vision. I don't have it, I didn't type it in, but the vision, I was sitting in a train, and as I looked around, there are other passengers, faces, people I don't even know, right? I can't put names or faces to, but I wasn't alone. There were many others on that train too. So I thought that was really interesting. We're all in it together.
So interesting you're saying it because lately I've been thinking about something similar, not the train metaphor, but how I just saw instances where the people in my life, how when I experience some changes in me, how all
Mm-hmm.
of a sudden I see that reflection in their situations, in their lives. And then when we speak about it, we kind of notice it together. So and then it's almost like one person experience, or we can talk about it in terms of a soul. One soul experience something new or
Mm-hmm.
a change, and that change somehow is reflected in the life of others who are who may be connected to that person. And to me, that's a very empowering, it's a very empowering thought or concept to think about because the first thing, obviously, it means that you're not alone, but it also shows you that your behaviors, your insights, it doesn't have to be an action, but the how you try to manage your inner world, even your thoughts, emotions, feelings, and of course actions and how you behave to each others and how you reflect all of those different nuances of what being a human means. But if you look at those things, then the world shows you that it affects others. You're not just alone here. And so it's a very, to me, it's very empowering. And it's another reminder just to be kind,
Mm-hmm.
to be loving in your actions.
Have you witnessed that, like in real time, as you would say, engaging with another being, right?
There's usually a
You're
delay.
you're healing. You work on your own. You've been working so diligently on your healing your own traumas and stuff. And we all know that you shift. There's a shift in your life. And when that shift happens, you suddenly notice that things start changing around you, people, places, and things. Some people can literally feel that shift and they talk about the mandala effect or other stuff, right? So, yeah, I think it's fascinating. Have you, that as related to this 15% and 14%, the more we work on ourselves, yeah, maybe that 15%, we are shifting. So does everything around us. So might go down, help
I
that
think,
15%, right?
yeah, I think with me to your first question, if I notice changes in my life when I experience some major energetic changes within me, like releasing trauma and so on, I think about these things a lot. Like, am I just imagining it or not? Usually there is a slight delay. With some people, it's more faster. With others, it's a bit slower. But in a tangible way, if it's a major thing, I would see it. Of course, some of this is because my perception now is different. Maybe my state of being is different, so I may see the same event completely different because my state of being is different. But I feel there are some changes within other souls, certain people, some not, but some that were more closer to me in my life, I noticed that. Like they would come all of a sudden and we haven't spoken and they would share to me a story about something that just happened to them. And I'm like thinking, interesting that you're saying that because I just thought about something similar 2 days ago. That's what I'm saying. As far as the 15%, yeah, I mean, you may ask yourself, each person can ask himself, what does it mean how am I holding back from the creator or from
Mm-hmm.
my creator in ways? Do I feel separated or it's can be an individual thing where we are feeling separation. Unfortunately, separation is a theme still in this life for many people. Feeling separated from our true selves, from the love of our creators, and so on. We just see small evidences that we were created with love, but we still feel some separation. So, and I do feel the door is open. And if I just view my life, I can talk about this life. I can't talk about other lives, which I don't necessarily remember too much. But this one is, I can feel and I can speak about certain things when I felt the door is open. And in fact, I actually said it. I said, please leave that door open. I want that door open. I said it to whatever being I encounter at the time. Let it be my higher self or creator. I said, thank you for showing me that door. Leave it open. I don't want that door to be closed ever again. And maybe that door to be closed is our illusion, the part of our illusion, and maybe that door is always open. Yeah.
Mm.
It's a classical thing where people dwell a lot about this, and we should,
Yeah.
where they say we look at all these things that happens in what we call the story of humanity, and all the wars and the people who experience really horrible things, and we ask, where is the creator? Where's God in all this? And even the religion texts always try to come with theories about it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so with that said, you ask, was the door open when I was dying in a war and all my family went to extreme suffering and all those things? If there was one thing I can say is that I hope that less and less people would ask if the door is open because they would see it, and they won't see it because of suffering. They would see it because of love.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what, if I can, this is one thing that I would like to see in this world. If we're talking about the narrative or the story of awakening to what we truly are, I would like to see, if you ask me prayer for humanity, I would say the first one is obviously the souls to remember what they are. And if we speak about the story of awakening, I would wish every person in this world, regardless of who they are, what they did, what they think about themselves, whatever trauma they come through, I wish them that they would see that door opening wide open, a door to God, to their creator, to their true selves, without suffering, just with love.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe that's the change of this energy too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm allowing myself to use my free will to have my interpretation of what they said. I think that's a part of what they do in your
Mm-hmm.
channeling. The beings who channel, they're very wise.
I
So,
like that they ask a lot of questions because those questions make me ask it back to myself. And I'm like,
and the channeling leaves spaces, and those spaces and gaps, they don't spoon fed us. They leave spaces for us to contemplate and create our own version of that, which is nice. I appreciate that.
mm-hmm.
That's why you and I, Noel, we dive into so many invisible rabbit holes where initially when I hear your channeling, I'm like, I didn't
What?
see all these rabbit holes. And all of a sudden, we're just like rabbit holing everything.
But it opens our minds up or our consciousness up to maybe not being so stuck with the old beliefs of old to say, hey, are things changing? Is there new opportunities? You know?
And I encourage every one of you who listens to what we say. First, thank you for listening. That if you may resonate with the door opening, and let it be creator, let it be your higher self, your true self. I would say choose that person that is you. Choose your true self, whatever word you want to call it, and say to your true self, I would like to see that door opening for me, to my true self, to the love that I am. This is my version of it, but I feel this would
Yeah.
allow a lot of people to open themselves up to those energies, which is us. Notice I did not say, show me the door open, and I mentioned something, a being that is external to me. And this is an opportunity to be connected to what we truly are, not separated from us, not external to us.
Yeah, this one encouraged me when they talk about how you affect the 14%, 15%. This piece encouraged me to remember to keep our vibration high and hold that vibration, high vibration of love to help those along our path.
There's a lot of stories of people that said that they were not having the great day or period of time ever, and then they just met one person that was kind to them or said something nice to them, just nothing is random, right? But
Right.
quote unquote random stranger, and that changed completely. There was even a story, take it with a grain of salt. It's a story that people say, but there was a person that was planning to end their lives. They wanted to jump from a bridge, and they wrote on a note. I hope I'm not butchering the complete story, but the concept is true. And they said it on a note, they wrote, if there's going to be one person that's going to be kind to me, I will not do that. And then they just walked towards the bridge or something like that. And sure enough, there was a person and that was nice to them and just asked something happened and they decided not to end their life like that.
Oh, that's so beautiful.
And you never, that's why, yeah. And I truly believe in that there are connections between us that we don't remember, between souls, that between people. And you never know that your kindness or the way you choose to behave towards yourself in that day, how it would reflect to others.
Mm-hmm.
You never know. So we do what we can. And I really, that really resonates with me, how they say, start with yourself.
Yes.
We spoke about this in terms of manifestation yesterday, which
Mm-hmm.
is
We
interesting.
did.
So do you think that you
Oh,
manifest your manifestation or creation potential might be towards positive outcomes if your state of being is positive? I think, yeah,
mm-hmm.
of course. So,
Yeah, you have to manifest positively.
so rather than dwell on the script text instructions and mechanical manifestation where I have to do all of those things and say, oh, and then I need to manifest, focus on the energy that you have in your state of being right now. Is it
Mm-hmm.
loving? Is it kind? Or is there some turmoil or something there that you would like to address? Energy speaks louder than words, if you will.